Hello everybody, welcome once again to my channel. If you happen to be stopping by for the very first time, hey, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. My name is Donella and this is my world of beauty here on YouTube. So for this week's upload, I am in the creating spirit, the creating mood. I just feel like mixing and matching colors together, you know, something that most makeup artists are quite familiar with, you know, mixing and matching colors, creating something fun. If you're interested in seeing what I create at the end of this video, if you just really want to be entertained, then please stay tuned. I said this at the beginning and I'm going to say it again. I spent a lot of money on this palette, so you guys are going to be seeing it quite a lot, and I'm going to create a number of looks using this palette. Yes, Pat McGrath palette is back again. It's the, I never remember the name of this, it's so long. It's the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palette, and I have two colors in mind that I think I want to create something from. The two colors I have in mind are colors that you wouldn't really see people wearing all the time, and I really want to mix up things a little bit and not focus so much on creating nude looks, because yeah, that's my go-to. I always go towards nude looks because hello, it looks good on me and it's something that I really like to create. I really do like nude looks, but I'm thinking of creating a look using this reddish color right here. Now if I'm going from this side, then oh yeah, she has the name of the colors on the back, which I really hate. I honestly wish that they would just put the colors, the name of the colors underneath here, which would make it so much easier for persons like me. So the name of this color right here is called Saturnalia, like Saturns, but you put on an alien on it, so it's Saturnalia. Possibly, you know, mixing and matching a couple of colors in between. I do have two colors in mind that I want to use with this, but let's just see where the wind takes us. Okay, let's get started. I already have my lids nice and prepped. By the way, I did use same concealer I used from last time. It's a Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Chesnut. That's what I used as a primer to create this look. And I'm going in with my first transitioning color, and I'm going to be using a color from what is this called? The Juvia's Place Masquerade Mini. And I'm going in with this shade right here. It's called Ada. Or Ada, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. I probably should look up how to pronounce this name, right? I probably should. I'm just gonna prep this eye first. You know what, you guys know what I always do. I always start off with a little bit of something, and then I probably go off camera by using that as our first transition in color. Make sure we have this nice and blended in the crease area, and then I just go up a little bit underneath my brow bone, because I just like the way how the transitioning colors look when I just go up just a little bit underneath my brow bone. Okay guys, so I'm back. I went off camera because I wanted to actually go in and play up a little bit with these two colors that I had in mind. Yeah, just to see how I could actually get them to blend together. And thankfully the Pat McGrath Labs, these eyeshadows are so pigmented and they're so buttery and easy to blend that I didn't have the difficulty I thought I was going to have to blend the two colors together. So let's just run through that real quick. Let me just go over my eyelid and just get rid of that crease right there. Yeah, we had a little creasing going on there. Go back in first with Ada, which is the transitioning color I used from the Juvia's Place Mini Masquerade palette, just to use nice rich shade right there in the crease. Palette away, and I'm just going to go in and saturate this brush with this really nice rich reddish color, which is called what is it called? What did I say it's called? Saturnalia. Oh my goodness, I forgot the name. I think that's what they said. It's called Saturnalia. So I'm just going to just wipe this over all of my lid. Next, I'm going to go into this rich gold shade, which is called Gold Standard. I'm going to add a bit of Gold Standard. Flip the brush. I'm just going to add a bit of gold standard right here and basically drag her all over my lid, because what I did is that I wanted Saturnella and gold standard to kind of look like they were just one color combined, kind of creating my own iridescent color using both of these colors. And I thought I was going to have a bit of a problem, because sometimes when I've tried that with some eyeshadow palettes, they tend to just move around the color that's on. But with this palette from Pat McGrath, is doing exactly what I wanted to do, which is just basically pull both colors together and just leave them together. Then I'm going to do exactly what I did on this eye. I went over one more time with Saturnella over gold standard so that they look like they actually blend, and then one more time I went in with gold standard and just add a bit of her right there to blend her in with Saturnalia. That's what it's called. I think it's Saturnalia. I'm going back and forth because I want to make sure that the colors are basically the same height. That's why you see me going back and forth on both eyes. I want to make sure that they're both the same height, and they look like they are. So let me just keep going in and just packing on a little bit more of Satinella over on this eye, just to make sure that I have the right amount of coverage and there aren't any like pieces of my skin or anything seeping through. It happens sometimes, even to the best of us, you know. Sometimes you might miss a spot, kind of like mopping or sweeping. You might, oh, I just mop or I just sweep and I miss a spot right there. You know, it happens. It happens. But I think that I have on enough eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with, yeah, same liquid liner, the Revlon Color Stay Skinny Liquid Liner. And as you guys can see, I made a very dramatic liner. I'm going to be using this mirror from, this one is nice and broad, I could see it properly. So what I did is that I just dragged a line first to where I wanted the liner to be placed, and I made a big gap just like this to make sure that I have enough space. And then yeah, I basically connected the dots. I kind of messed up this one, but that's okay. I'm going to use the excess to fix it. All right, there we go. I think I need to fix the point, so I'm going to go in, of course, and fill this in, but I need to fix the point first. I need to fix the point. Let me just start from right here, fill this in. I'm gonna drag this out and fix the point. All right, there we go. What I did over in this corner is that I went in with this really lovely green shade that's called, oh gosh, oh my goodness. This one is called Odyssey, is it? Future Shock would be this. So then this has to be Odyssey. So yeah, this green shade right here. Trust me, they're labeled a little bit weird. So yeah, I have to make sure that I'm actually reading the label properly. So I've added a little bit of Odyssey right here in the centermost portion, just to give this red shocking vibe type of eye here a little bit more lift. I think it's probably going to look better when I complete the rest of my face. So I'm going to actually complete the rest of my face before I apply lashes. For foundation, I went in with my Maybelline Dewy Smooth Liquid Foundation. I'm the shade Mocha, if anybody wants to know. Yeah, I'm the shade Mocha, 360 Mocha. As it has a dewy finish, I like to go in and kind of pat it down a little bit, because I'm sure you can see all the dewiness coming through. So I'm going to go in using my Pat McGrath Labs, what is this called again? The Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder, and the shade I'm using is Medium Deep number 4. So I'm just going to go in with a bit of that. It's a really rich powder, and I'm just going to, you know, bring down some of this dewiness just a little bit before I do my highlight and contour. For my highlight, I went in with two concealers, the Too Faced multi-use concealer. This one in the multi-use sculpting concealer. This one is the shade Chesnut that I use to prime my lids. I use it with a bit of the MAC ProLongwear concealer in the shade NC45. This is a mix that I've never actually used on my channel. I've always only used it like for Instagram posts and what's not. But it's a mix that I've grown to really love, and I wanted to use it at least once in one of my creations here on my channel. Both of them have this really nice consistency to them, and they dry down beautiful. I'm using the same contour cream that I use, the foundation stick, sorry, from Black Opal, Ebony Brown, is my contour for this look. Okay, so now that I have all of my, now that we blended all of my creams, I'm about to use a translucent powder that I haven't used in a really long time. You guys haven't seen this baby on my channel in a while, and some persons were asking about it. I do still have it. I use it every now and then, as you can see. But I haven't used it on my channel in a really long time, so I'm going to use it right now to set my under eye concealer and see if I still like it. I haven't used it so long, I don't even remember. yeah, she still looks good. She still looks good. No worries, she still looks good. She still sets everything good. All right. It's just absolutely amazing how a pair of lashes just makes everything look better. Now that I've allowed the Sacha Buttercup powder to dry down a little bit, I'm still going to go in with my, I keep forgetting I need to hold this like this. It's gonna really mess up what I'm trying to do. I'm still going to go in with the banana powder and just add a little bit right in this area only. There we go. And there we go. Alright, I'm just gonna press this in. Use the excess on my powder and my chin, and just keep pressing this baby in until all of it is nice and pressed into my skin. Okay, so we're gonna pull out these bottom babies right here real quick. Real quick, we're gonna pull out these bottom babies. I'm actually not gonna use a hand mirror because I feel like the mirror in front of me is, you can actually see, like, I feel like I could do my makeup if I have a mirror a good distance away from me. It's probably a challenge I should give myself, like put a mirror like maybe a little bit further away from me and see if I'll be able to complete my face without messing it up. Probably will mess up in a few areas, but just to see how good I am at doing my makeup from a bit of a distance. Next, I'm going to go in, of course, this baby right here, Maybelline. Spike her out, spike her out, spike her out. Oh yes, she's looking real. Okay, so I'm doing a bit of an experiment here. So try to keep up a little bit, but I'm using this very I'm using this pot from MAC right here. It's a very light color, so I don't expect it to really show up that much on my skin, so it's looking like really light. I'll go over on this side and add a little bit. I'm using my bronzer brush because I really want it to be placed. I don't want it to be perfect, but I still want it to be placed in a particular area. So I'm using that bronzer brush first, and then I'm using this foundation brush from Real Technique to blend it all the way in. And then after I've used that, I'm basically using that as a base. I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics cream blush. Use this double-ended brush and just basically add a little bit of that right there as well to bring out the glossiness of this. I'm telling you now, I just feel like when I add the highlight on this, it's gonna look even like, ooh, it's gonna look really popping. This is just me experimenting. I'm thinking about the finishes of some of these products. Some of them have a really nice glossy finish to them, and I'm thinking of using that to my advantage for my highlight here. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that. Just keep going back and forth. Just like that. Use this brush because sometimes I feel like I go up way too high. Just blend out the edges like that, and then I'm going to go in with my highlight, which is going to be this one from Artist Couture. This one is called La Bronze. I'm just going to add a little bit of La Bronze over here in this cap, just this amount. Where is my fan brush? I'm going to use my fan brush, of course. I'm just going to add a little bit of it right there, and just add. Ah, yes, that's what I was looking for. That is what I was looking for. It's gonna have to add her bit by bit, because if we're going too heavy, she just might look way too cakey. So we're just gonna go in bit by bit and just build her up, build up the intensity. And I think that is just about enough. Do I want to add a little bit more? Of course I do, because I'm extra. So yeah, I really wanted to use that creamy base from, I don't even know what that is. I think it might be a cream blush or something from MAC, but it has such a cool tone that it's not really showing up on my skin. It's more giving my skin a gloss, which I really like, because like dewy / glossy skin is trending for 2021, in case anybody doesn't know that. That's one of the reasons why I've been using a lot of these creamy finishes, a lot of these creamy and dewy finish foundations in my look. Although I do have oily skin, it can still work. It's not going to hold up all day, but it can still work once you actually add a bit of your powders and so forth, you know, to control your oils. You can actually put somebody who has, you can actually pull off one of these looks if you do have oily skin still. You just need to know how to powder down your skin, you know, powder down your primers and so forth. Just add powders every now and then, and yeah, it can work. It can work. So I'm going to go in with a second highlight. This one, same highlight I used in the last video upload. This one is from Milk Cosmetics. It's called Nova. It has a very bronzy undertone. I'm just going to add a little bit of that to kick up La Bronze just a little bit, until just give me a little bit more intensity. You guys know I'm extra, so you have to be prepared for the extraness. Let me just look for a nice nude lip, because trust me, this very bright color I'm wearing on my eye deserves a nude lip. Okay, so let me just look in my little stash right here and see which nude combination I want to apply to this look. Pencil, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, which I've already started. I'm going to be using this deep shade here from my MAC, what is this called, concealer palette. I'm going to be using that and basically creating a lip liner from this deep shade, which is supposed to be NW50 or NW55. I can't remember. Is it NW50 or NW55? Yeah, NW55. I'm going to be creating using that as my lip liner for this look. Nice and brown. Okay, we good. And then I'm thinking of using this Milani. This is another Milani lip gloss, or maybe it's a liquid lipstick. I think it's a lip gloss. Yeah, it's a lip gloss. This one is called Luminous. I'm going to be using that. It's because I like the little speckles of gold that it has in. I'm going to be using that as my first lip color. So let me just add a little bit of that and see how it looks on its own. I feel like the concealer really overpowering. Okay, let me just dip one more time. It's like really blending in with the concealer that I applied on my lip, so you can't really see the true color of it. But let me see if I can do a swatch. Actually, oh, that is the color of it. It's like really nude, and you can see like specks of pink and gold in between. But just to pink it up just a little bit, or to give myself just a little bit of color, because I feel like this is a little bit too flat for this look, I'm going to be adding one of my NYX butter glosses. This one is called Maybelline. So add a little bit of Maybelline to kick her up a little bit. You know what I'm thinking? I probably should have added Maybelline first and then put that gloss over it. That's what I'm thinking. Do you love what's happening here? I don't think adding any more of Maybelline is going to do anything more than what I've already done. Because I added luminous underneath before I added Maybelline, it's almost like she muted out the pink undertone that Maybelline actually carries. And I'm not mad at this finish at all. This actually looks like the type of nude lip gloss that, you know, dark skinned girls like myself would actually buy. You know, I created my own. And as a matter of fact, now that I've discovered what those two colors do together, including the bit of concealer, I do believe the concealer that I applied to my lip played a role in the overall finish and color of this lip creation that I just created. I do believe that played a role as well. I'm definitely going to be using that. Okay, this looks like a dark skinned girl's perfect lip gloss. All right, I'm loving this, and I'm loving how my cheeks are actually glowing when I turn to the side. This looks amazing. This was like an amazing discovery. Alright guys, so that is it for the end of this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this little bit of tutorial and my bit of lip creation. I feel like my lip creation is the highlight of this look. I know I did a lot of fancy stuff on my eyes, you know, blending two colors together to get the color that I wanted, but hey, I feel like I just created my own version of nude lip and I'm loving it. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up on your way out, and also don't forget to go ahead and click the subscribe button on your way out. Until my next upload, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye bye.